What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4. This one is the hybrid XSE all-wheel drive, finished off in Meteor Shower. MSRP is right around $46,000. Big shout out to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing the all-new RAV4 for today's video. Take a look at their website, linked below. Let's get right into America's best-selling SUV. Underneath the hood of the all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4, in the standard hybrid one, you're going to get a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter inline four-cylinder with, of course, a standard hybrid system. Net horsepower for this all-wheel drive model is going to be 236, and then the engine makes 163 pound-feet of torque. This has an eCVT transmission. It also runs on a 14.5-gallon fuel tank, and you can expect 43 miles per gallon in the city with 37 out on the highway. The overall length is 181 inches with wheelbase at 105.9. Height is 66.5 and width is 73 inches. Ground clearance is also 8.1 inches. Curb weight is also around 3,800 pounds and max towing capacity is 3,500 pounds. Moving on to the exterior styling with the all-new 2026 RAV4. Completely new design inside and out. I really like these LED headlights. Got a nice daytime running light and turn signal, LED beam right in the center, and I like how we have that new hammerhead shape for this upper section. Got your blacked out Toyota badge, a black bar going from one headlight to the next. There's going to be an LED running light down below with gloss black trim, parking sensors as well, and then I really like this body color grille design. You have a forward facing camera and then some of these black chrome trim pieces. You have gloss black in the lower grille with tons of openings and a very sharp style overall. So they really did a cool job making this, in my opinion, a lot more modern, a bit more bold with the overall design. It's really cool in my opinion. On the hood, we have these really sharp squared off sections for each side of the hood. And then wrapping around to the side, you're gonna see more of that gloss black make its way into these angled designs for the fender arches. And then we have a really nice set of gloss black wheels. They're 20-inch diameter, split 5-spoke. Down below, we're gonna get more of the gloss black for the whole lower design. And then we have a really nice sloping line cutting towards the rear end. You're gonna see body colored door handles, gloss black mirror caps, a little bit of plastic trim with a camera and turn signal. And then we have your nice windows with all black trim and that gray trim up above. You're gonna see a small sunroof up there with some gloss black roof rails. I like the blacked out roof design, giving it that two-tone look. Side profile, it's very proportional. Nice design overall with the body color cutting upwards. Then we have an integrated gloss black spoiler with a third brake light. You're going to see the LED taillights back here in a nice design with a black housing, all connecting with this black area with RAV4 and the Toyota badge. Got your hybrid all-wheel drive logo, more gloss black trim in the rear bumper, all of your parking sensors, and then you can see the nice silver trim to the lower bumper as well. So it really comes together. I think it's a cool looking new SUV, just a modern, bold style overall. For the key fob, just your typical Toyota one, lock, unlock, power tailgate, and then it says RAV4 on the back. You can keep the vehicle locked, of course, grabbing the handle, it'll automatically unlock, and we can check out this nice XSE interior, which features the micro suede as well as the Softex. For the door panel, we're gonna get this really nice softer touch material up above, and then a very padded insert as well as armrest. We have your grab handle, memory seating, all the windows and mirror controls. I like the little silver trim to it. Large grab handle with also a nice storage area, and then storage all down below. We get power front seats as well with automatic lumbar, and then we have the smooth Softex blue contrast stitching, and then I like the perforated suede style material. Got more of the Softex right there, more of the suede, and then you have this blue piping leading up towards the headrest. Got that small sunroof, and then spinning around, nice looking design on the 3-spoke steering wheel, finished in black leather. And then now inside the 2026 RAV4 XSE, keep my foot on the brake. We can go ahead and fire it up. Screens are going to turn on. Got your Toyota badge right in the center. Controls on the left side for some voice commands. You also have the screen control, volume and track. Cruise control settings are on the right side with distance pacing as well as the steering intervention. You're going to have a stock on the right side for all the windshield wipers, stock on the left for headlights and turn signals. Now for the gauge cluster, you have a nice design right now with the miles per hour, you have the charge, and then some info on the left and right. I can then scroll left and right, and it'll go to a couple different preset designs. You have MPG right in the center now, some lane assist info. You're gonna get a navigation screen once it's all set up, and then a more traditional style. And then over on the left side, we have the power tailgate, interior lighting. You're gonna see a little bit of hard plastic here with soft touch right there. Nice air vent with this gray colored plastic trim. More of a flat dashboard with a unique kind of a layered design to it. And then another air vent on the far right side with a nice storage area all underneath. You're gonna see more of this soft touch padded material, harder plastics down there. And then for the all new multimedia screen, I really like how Toyota has done this with these large tiles. Makes it really easy to just see everything, to operate everything. You can configure your drive modes by using the touchscreen design, which is a cool look. Of course, you're gonna have CarPlay that will pop up. Full screen nav once set up, all of your audio information, phone integration, and then settings. So overall, it's a really simple screen, but it looks good overall with how you can customize it. Climate control is all down here. We have fan speed right down below in the center. Your different zones you can toggle very easily. Temperature, you can do that, or just use the physical buttons. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, and you also have the ventilated seat option as well. See volume right in the center with defrost, and overall it really is a nice setup for this tablet style screen. Large backup camera with a nice HD graphic, top-down view as well. You can configure the guidelines and also the view just a little bit. We also have the view icon down below that you can tap, and you're gonna see a nice 360 design for the car, and it'll also show you kind of all around very easily. So nice to see that for this car. Hazards down below with air vents. We have wireless phone charging, extra storage right here, more storage all throughout the center, and all your drive modes are on these two stalks. We have the drive mode icon right here. It's gonna pop up with the same screen that we saw earlier, and you even have a nice depiction for each of the drive modes. You have an EV mode down here you can toggle. That will pop up on that bottom left, so good for slow speed parking lot style driving. And then on the far right side, we have the trail and snow mode. So you can toggle this right or left, and it's gonna come up on the screen right here. So great for off-roading. And we have a quick shortcut right here to go back into the normal mode. So super easy to do all that. Got another USB port here, USB there, downhill assist, traction control, and then tons of storage. Your two cup holders, standard style for the shifter, park and brake hold, and then more of this nice metallic gray finish and a padded armrest. Now this opens two different ways. You can see all the space you get. You can open it from that, and you can also completely remove it and flip it around if you want more of a storage tray. Taking a look at the glove box, got a really large bucket as expected. And then one last look at these seats. I love the two-tone material. All the colors look great. Black headliner, and then up above in the ceiling, we're gonna get a very small sunglass holder, so maybe more for reading glasses. Your glass control as well, and garage door buttons underneath the mirror. Taking a look at the rear seat space, I can just grab the door handle and open it up. You're gonna get very similar materials back here. We have this nice padded insert and armrest. A little bit of soft touch material too up here, so actually a really nice design. Got that massive grab handle storage underneath, and then the same blue stitching, the smooth Softex, and that nice micro suede with perforations. So really good looking. Can seat 3 people back here. We can pull this down as well, and we have a nice armrest with cup holders. There's gonna be air vents along with a couple USBs, and then we have storage areas behind all of these seats. You're also gonna have a latch right here where you can recline the seat a little bit and then easily pull it and fold it down. So hopping into the back seat with the 2026 Toyota Rav4. So the recline angle is actually pretty nice. It's only an inch or so, but I genuinely sit here really good. 5'11", tons of headroom. Driver seats at my height. I have good knee room. The seats are slightly lower than I desire, but overall I do fit pretty good. A lot of light let in with these huge windows. So overall, if you are looking for a family-focused, smaller crossover, honestly, it's pretty comfortable back here. Just wouldn't mind a little bit taller bases, but they're padded, so really can't complain with the amenities you get as well. So moving on to cargo volume, you have a button on the key fob, that one on the interior. You can also grab one right behind that bezel. So with the seats in the upright configuration, you're looking at about 37.8 cubic feet of cargo volume. So a pretty good amount. It's gonna go up to just over 70 once you fold the seats down. So nice and squared off in here. We can lift the floor up. There is a spare tire. We have storage on this far right side, and then lighting in here as well. Got a cargo cover. I can easily pull this down, and I can reach those recline levers pretty easily and give them a push. So from here, you can definitely see how it's gonna be nice and flat folding, really maximizing space for all sorts of different adventures. This one's also spec'd with the LED lights up in that area. You're gonna see 2 grab handles, and then we have our button you can easily press, we can fold everything nicely. All right, so setting off now in the all-new Toyota Rav4. So just in normal mode, just slowly getting up to speed. So with an eCVT transmission, it actually kind of drives like an electric car with how smooth the acceleration is. The engine's really more of an onboard generator just to keep the battery going and to just keep the power alive. So normal driving gets an exceptionally smooth acceleration. Not exactly a fast car, but you know, when you give it some throttle, it gets up to speed just fine. You're really not gonna have any issues with just your average driving, and you're still gonna get pretty good MPG. Visibility is really good. You have a lot of glass. The mirrors all do a great job. Very easy seeing over your left and right shoulder. Not really any blind spots. Overall, it's really comfortable. Like, I fit so well in the seat. I'm able to sink it down a little bit, lift up my legs a little. So I fit really nice, especially the memory seating. That's great if you have two people driving this constantly. Now, I do hear a little bit of wind noise over here. Not sure why that is apparent, but that's the one little thing I'm noticing. Other than that, though, it's pretty smooth over the bumps. Pretty quiet car overall. I really like this steering too. A lot of crossovers, you know, are kind of robotic. This feels a bit more mechanical, like a real SUV, even though it is technically a crossover. But the steering has some weight to it that actually makes it a little bit more lively to drive and a little bit more mechanical instead of just a robot. So I like that to it. In sport mode, giving it some gas once again. Just giving it half throttle, you know, it's a little bit zippier than in the eco mode. And I like how you do have the shortcut to go to normal mode if you don't want to just keep cycling through. But it seems to be a pretty comfortable car to just commute in, to daily drive. It's sized very well in the interior to where I just fit well, and it's easy to put things where you need it to go. And then all the things you touch in here, you know, a lot of it are nice materials. So you're really not feeling any cheap plastics. Only downside is just this rattles a little bit. So maybe take that apart and put some felt or something on the plastic portions. So that's my only complaint. Everything else feels pretty tough. There's nothing like squeaking or anything. It feels like a very finished interior with nice use. Using the multimedia screen while driving, while I'm not really a fan of touchscreen climate, because you have this padded area here, you can kind of rest your hand and then easily make your controls without having to try to like balance your hand while you're hitting buttons. So I find this pretty easy to use, even though it's telling me I'm not paying attention, which is the one complaint some people have with touchscreen. You kind of have to take your eyes off the road versus just toggling. But honestly, you kind of get used to this system, especially since we have the physical buttons here where I can just put my finger on it and I know I'm hitting it and keep my eyes ahead. You're not really doing fan speed much. It seems like leave it on low and the car is just staying very nice. So I think it's overall a good setup, and the screen itself, it looks really good. So my honest thoughts now with the all-new 2026 Rav4. Honestly, I think it's a pretty solid choice. Some complaints that I've seen throughout the comments of the pre-production ones that we've filmed with Toyota, and then the last one that I filmed, which was a production one that sold the next day, of course. These are popular cars, and even if some people aren't a fan of maybe the interior or the exterior design, you know, I think it's a good choice. Basically because it may look plasticky in here, but it honestly is no different than the old one. I'm gonna compare this to a previous generation right after filming this, so we're gonna see how they truly stack up. But most of the plastics that are hard are finished. All this is a metallic finished plastic. It's not cheap, junky plastic. It's actually a finished material. This is all soft touch, all soft touch. Everything you're touching is a nicer material. While we have fake leather on the seats, this is the Softex, which Toyota has been using for a very, very long time. The micro suede accents really make it feel premium. I think when you drive it and feel how tough it feels like there's really good build quality and everything is nice to put your hands on. You're gonna change your mind real quick. I think it's a really solid choice. Exterior style, of course, you know, not everyone likes when new vehicles come out. They always complain, it seems, and then when the next gen comes out, they wish it was the old generation. So I have begun to not care about how cars look as much because you will literally just get used to it. I think it looks cool though from the beginning. I've had no complaints with the new style of the Rav4. I think it looks bold, a little bit tougher than before. I also like just how good of storage there is in this car. My complaint with a lot of cars is just, you know, I don't like having things in my pockets when I drive. I hate it, to be honest. Keys, wallet, phone, whatever, I don't like in my pockets while driving. There is so many good places for all that. I always have a water bottle with me. In fact, I have it right back here. Fits perfectly. in there. So the storage you get in this, even these grab handles are good for quick things. You know, this is gonna be a great road trip vehicle, a family vehicle. Even if you're eating food in here or something, I guess this little tray would actually make some sense if you're parked eating a burger or something like that. But they've really designed the interior to be super functional for use. And that is something that I really like about it. Ride quality is a big thing that I buy cars based on. I'm not really that into the techie stuff and all that. I want a car that rides good. This is smooth and quiet. I'm not raising my voice. We're on a very bumpy road, honestly. In some cars, this is noisy. This car, it's pretty calm and quiet. Pricing's not even that bad. This one has a couple add-ons, but realistically, under 45 grand to get a loaded RAV4, I think is pretty reasonable in today's market. But there is the 2026 Toyota RAV4. Let me know your thoughts below. Big shout out to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this new SUV for today's video. Check the link to their website linked below, and I'll see you all in the next video.